What's up, everybody? Big Herc 916, getting down with Fresh Out. You tune into another edition of Prison Talk. I got my man here, Robert L. Hines, comedian extraordinaire, ex-correctional guard. He worked in the system from Chi-Town, Chirac. And, I've spoken on it before on a Prison Talk about the gun violence. And, there's the show that's out, and it shows all the gangs and stuff out there. It's a lot of just crazy stuff going on out there. And the news don't really publicize it a whole lot because they don't want people to know. But I want to talk with him about it because he's from Chicago. And, it's a lot of gangster stuff going on out there. And just all the shootings, man, it almost seems unreal. I mean, even Joe Rogan talked about it. It's like, I can't imagine. There's 200 shootings a week, man, sometimes they said. And I'm thinking that's got to be made up. In the weekend, 6 people got killed. I mean, how can that many people die? This dude sleeping, kid gets shot through the window, bullet hit through the door. I mean, random shootings, man. I mean, what is your opinion or your outlook on that and what's going on out there, man? I mean, I know they got the gangster, but I mean, it's like they said, like, where are all the guns coming from? How these dudes, is that many? I mean, what is going on out there, man? And I know it's not all of Chicago because you got a nice side, where money and stuff going on, but then you got another side.
Well, anywhere there's black people, there's going to be a lack of resources in a city like Chicago. The city of Chicago is very racist, very segregated. And so if you can just keep the crime in little areas, then the rest of the city can go on about its life.
Kind of regulates itself.
If you niggas just tear up in this spot, okay. But if you step out of here, then I have to do something to you. And the reason that there's so many guns, well, here's the thing. Once you build a gun, it's pretty durable. It's going to last you a while, right? And they steady making more of them. I'm going to tell you this story, man. This is a true story. It's crazy. Okay. In the state of Illinois, there's a lot of train tracks. There's a lot of trains all over the city of Chicago because, again, it's a port city.
Yeah, big railroads, right? A lot of railroads.
A lot of trains and shit. And in my neighborhood, there's a lot of freight trains going back and forth. And ain't nobody got no summer job. So all I got to do is steal shit off that train and I can have money for the summer. It was like a summer job. Like, I never robbed a train because I didn't want to get fucked up. And I had seen cats, because the train ain't going to stop. It's just slowing down, right? So you got to go in there, and usually they have a seal on it. Not a lock, a seal. So you break the seal, lift the little handle, push the door back, and just start pushing shit off the train.
While it's still moving?
While it's still moving.
Wow.
And it's other cats on the ground picking the shit up and selling.
So it's a group effort.
It's a group effort. This is the neighborhood. Oh my God, the trains are, and then they start to step up the way that they guarded the trains. So now you got to find a car that has something in it. You dig what I'm saying? How you gonna do that? Well, you got rocks and shit all around train tracks. So you throw bricks and shit at the train, and if the train sounds full, boop, then that's the train car you want. If it go boing, 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 then you know it ain't shit in there. It might even be the police in there. And they waiting for you to open the door. And they shoot motherfuckers with tranquilizer guns because it's kids. Shit. It's not grown people.
Oh, wow.
It's little dudes.
Little kids?
Yeah, like, between 9 and like
14.
25.
Wow, okay.
But it's a group of them. It's a gang of them. And they all waiting. And they looking. And then one dude go up, open up the train car, push shit out of it. You pick it up. Y'all get together and y'all sell it. Well, it was this one time where my friends hit the freights, and it was a whole bunch of rifles in the train car. Nobody watching them. Nobody guarding them. Nothing. And a bunch of motherfuckers took a bunch of guns and shit. But here's the perfect storm that took place. Now, I'm going to say something that's really controversial, but Ronald Reagan, in my opinion, helped to bring drugs to the South Side.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
Oliver
since
North.
he did that, right, through Oliver North.
The Contras.
For all that shit. And that's when I saw my neighborhood take a downward trajectory. Before that, it was just a few guys doing a few little silly things and shit. But when crack came to the hood, it broke us down. It hurt us bad. And because they brought it there, then they had reason to lock us up in the 90s.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? So now all of a sudden the jail population has expanded. When I was a child, my uncle worked in the jail. And he would take us to basketball games at the jail and just, introduce you to the idea. And when I started doing comedy and that was going to be my career choice, my father was very concerned. He was like, man, you can't make no money at this. You need a job. And that's when I started working as a correctional officer because my family pressured me into it. And I did it, and I was pretty good at it. I just didn't want to be there, right? But what I noticed and it's consistent throughout every institutional building that I've been to. The bricks are the same, the paint is the same, and because they're getting you used to being institutionalized. And it was just amazing to me. I'm like, damn, anybody, like, these tools is not as bad as y'all making them out to be. And the jail population expanded right after crack came.
So in your opinion, man, I mean, in relation to the crack and then the whole, the amount of guns, those are the two, would you say those are the two main things that people are locked up for? Guns and crack, right?
Guns, crack, and the root cause of it all is certain people ain't gonna never be hungry. You understand what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what the system is. If it's not feeding me, I don't have to adhere to it. So that puts, when you already know that they treating you like you thrown away, what I got to lose? You dig? What I got to lose? What is it that's going to keep me from acting out?
So for a lot of these people, man, a lot of these young men, they just feel like this is all they have anyway. They don't really have a grand vision of anything beyond that. Because, when I think about, like, I always tell people, I said, man, exposure has a lot to do with what you can vision or what you can, accomplish, because you feel that, hey, if I could see a bigger picture, I'm not going to limit myself. But a lot of people, they're like, man, this is it.
I don't see any way out.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, this is something that's really interesting to me. I don't know who were the slaves that they brought over here, but I can tell you this. I have seen people do amazing. I went to a Chicago vocational high school, and they are teaching kids. They were, at the time, not anymore, but at the time, they were teaching kids how to work with your hands. And it was amazing. They would have something called the Craftsman Fair. And it was all a bunch of kids making hammers and weights and all types of shit that you need that actually creates true wealth.
That's right.
If I can take a lathe and take a piece of wood and turn it into a bat, I can sell that bat. And now I've created true wealth. I've created an ownership creates wealth. So these are guys who have ownership of their skills and they making money. And all of a sudden, America went away from that because they went to other countries to build shit.
Yeah.
So now when they see the level of, and the reason why I mentioned slavery is because I just find it hard to believe that they just brought a bunch of no-skilled ass niggas over here to work for them. They brought people who they knew could do shit.
Yeah.
So now you working as a blacksmith, you working as whatever, and you making money.
All you gotta do is look at the history and the guys who invented the gas mask, ketchup, traffic light, peanut butter, architecture for downtown District of Columbia. There's numerous, the first open heart surgery. All these are black people, but you don't hear about none of this in school. All we know is that, Abraham Lincoln freed the slaves. That's all you hear. And then a little bit of Martin Luther King. The history books are so shit. Yeah, I said it, shit, that unless you go to a place where they, somehow show you black history, you don't even really know what your potential
capable
is.
of.
What you're capable of. So you think you're selling yourself short.
Listen, this is a fact that a lot of people don't know. Most of the textbooks in America are designed by people in Texas.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
I ain't gotta say nothing else.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Texas, big state. A lot of people buy books, so they design books specifically for those people who get to tell you what your story is. I enjoy making people laugh, but sometimes there's shit that's worth talking about that's not funny.
That's right. Hey, man, keeping it 100. Big Herc 916 with Robert L. Hines, man. Prison Talk.